All right, NFL fans, we are live again, and this is Hall of Fame Canton Week. And boy, was there a good game last night or not? I know it's only preseason, and I realize it's backups versus backups at this point. But I want to talk about Carson Beck. Boy, for a rookie, that kid looked amazing last night. Just absolutely awesome. Um, did not look like a rookie in there. And maybe some of it's his general uh, play. The play calls were kind of generic, but man, Carson Beck could throw the ball yesterday. So let's get into some of this a little bit, and let's talk about what's going on. How the whole shebang. This is the sequence. This is the drive. The first two drives were pretty much benign. Didn't get anywhere. It was kind of boring a little bit, but it got good right here. And so the previous possession by the Carolina Panthers, they punted, uh, put the Cardinals down on the 1 or 2 yard line, and so here we go. And this is where Carson Beck just started to light it up. You're going to see a great move here by one of our wide receivers. Gets a little stutter step, gets out in the open, boom, perfect pass, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Right? Brooks just ran a phenomenal route right there, and that pass was just on the money. Here's another one right here. Beck puts it in a place just where only the Cardinals receiver could get to it. He's using different arm positions to make good throws. He was right there. And then it was like an 11 or 12 play drive, and they punch it in for a touchdown. That was just a thing of beauty. And then Carolina comes back, and we're going to skip through some of the Carolina stuff. Well, maybe not. We'll just take a look at the replay of this. He just, the offensive line just won the battle and just pounded it down their throats. It was beautiful. All right, so they're up 7-0. Kickoff. I don't know if I'm not a huge fan of this kickoff. In the dynamic kickoff. It's just, to me, it's just not. I don't know. I'm 55 years old. I'm old school football. Kind of. Some of these new rules are just. I know they're for safety, but man, we are getting more. I guess we are getting more kick returns rather than touchbacks. So that was a beautiful throw, but just missed it. Just missed it. Great defense by Vets there. Here we go, and I think they punch it in here. Yep. So not that is one thing we got to work on defense, and I think we're going to see usually in preseason the defenses are far ahead of the offenses, but it doesn't seem so this week. Man, that was a hole I could have run through, and I've had 4 surgeries on my left knee. Good Lord. So here we go. The Cardinals will get the ball back. Carson Beck went on a tear. This long pass right here, boy, he took the hit. Man, made my bones ache right there. But that was just beautiful. A beautiful throw. And everybody was saying, Carson Beck can't throw deep. He can't throw deep. Brooks just showed how deep he can throw it because Brooks is a fast receiver. A little stutter step there, gets the corner off. And then, pow, he knows he's going to take that hit. Look at that. Bam, right in the breadbasket. Just beautifully thrown ball by Carson Beck. Now, this touchdown pass right here is a thing of beauty. Back shoulder, only the Cardinals receiver could get to it. Just beautiful. Funko or Fueco or Sam. We'll just call him Sammy Sam. That was just a incredible ball placement. Perfect spiral, just tight all the way. We haven't seen ball movement like that since Carson Palmer and Kurt Warner, to be honest. And these, yes, they are all rookies, and backups right now. But that was one heck of that was a great drive. And then we come back. Defense is not doing well and gives up another touchdown, ties it up at 14. But it does give the Cardinals the ball one more time so that they can go down and hopefully get some points before half. Carson Beck was looking like a seasoned veteran and not like, a rookie at all. And, something else, running game. Our O-line was producing. We're not used to seeing that as a Cardinals fan. Yes, he fumbled right here, gets punched out, but we did recover it and continued the drive. And Carolina had every chance to get that ball, but couldn't swoop it back in. And I think Carson Beck made like 13 straight passes, pass completions in a row. I think he started off 0 for 1, was like his first pass just got dropped, should have been caught. And here's the field goal. And that was really it for Carson Beck's night. And then we get afterwards at halftime, they switched quarterbacks. But Carson Beck really had a fantastic game. I'm telling you, he was on his game. He looked really well prepared. He was making checks at the line, calling audibles, as he read the defenses. That's what we need in the quarterback room right now. I was a little upset when Jacoby Brissett was named starter and Carson Beck was in the third spot. But now, realistically, that's going to get him a lot more playing time in the preseason because they don't like to play the starters, and he is impressing people right now. And so that was a solid performance from Carson Beck in the first half of this game. And I know we ended up losing, but it's preseason. It don't matter. Most of those guys, playing in the fourth quarter probably aren't going to be on the team when all is said and done here in the next 4 weeks. We get 4 preseason games because of the Hall of Fame game. Next week we are at Las Vegas, the Raiders. No, I'm even though I'm a season ticket holder for the Raiders, I am not going to be going to that game. I do have the tickets available on Ticketmaster. So if you want to get tickets to that game in Vegas, they are pretty cheap. Because it is preseason, and the Raiders have 2 home games for the preseason this year. So this one's, I think, on a Thursday night. I've blown through my PTO this year already. I think because I spent 2 weeks in Australia a week in Australia and a week in Japan for a wedding. But I think I just don't have it. And then if I have to have surgery, I'm going to have to blow a week there. Some good news on the knee front. I do see my surgeon on Monday, but I sent one of the JLR Army members here, and thank you so much for getting me in touch with this specialist. They specialize in multiple knee revisions that have gone wrong, and like I said, I have had 4 surgeries in the last 2.5 years. This would be number 5, and I got in touch with that, and I got my records off to this doctor at the University of Southern California, and so they are willing to they want to take my case. So I've got an appointment. It's not until October, which, hey, that's okay. Unless we've got an immediate need to do surgery, I don't feel like there's an immediate need. It doesn't hurt terribly bad. When the lady, the nurse who called the scheduler called to get me scheduled, she goes, I don't know if I heard the doctor right. He was in a hurry getting out, but I think he said you've had 4 surgeries, and I was like, yeah, no, that's correct. It's 4, and this would be 5 since Halloween of 2023. And so they're gonna take it, and I think I can push this out, as long as possible. There doesn't seem to be an infection, because when they thought they found a pocket full of fluid, there was nothing in there, just a bunch of scar tissue from the multiple surgeries going on. And this time, so I'm very thankful to the JLR Army, and you guys freaking absolutely rock. You help yourself, help your friends out. I know Ted's going through a rough patch right now, and Ted, we love you, brother. We are definitely here for you, and we stand with you, my man. Nobody should, have to go through what he's going through right now. Ted, wearing a shirt just for you. I ain't afraid of no goat. Might not be able to get the whole thing. Let's see if we do. Yeah, I ain't afraid of no goat. That is a Chicago Cubs reference. I got this shirt when the year that the Cubs won the World Series and beat the curse of the GOAT. So here we go. I just got a Ticketmaster notification. Wow, what is that? Make plans ahead of time. Blah 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 blah. Nope, that was I thought maybe they sold. Oh no, I got them up there for like 70 or $75 a ticket. So they're cheap. That's for sure, because it is a preseason game and they don't matter. But the one thing that now that I'm actually happy that Carson Beck is our third string quarterback, because he's going to get a lot of playing time in the preseason, and I think he's going to turn some heads, and we're going to be he could end up the starter on week 1. And so I'm really looking forward to that potentially. And hopefully, like I said, we are, week 1 is, we got Raiders next week. Cowboys is on August 22nd. That's a home game on NFL Network at State Farm Stadium, which is awesome. And then we are away at the Packers on our 4th preseason game. We open the season in LA at SoFi Stadium against. So we're going to go to SoFi twice this year. We play the Chargers first, and then the first home game where we get to wear the tortilla jerseys is against the Seahawks, the defending champions, in week 2. And that is at State Farm Stadium on September 20th. So, like I said, I'm really hoping that there's not an immediate need for surgery. So, hey, thank you. Thank you, Jamie. Is it Jamie? Gemma? I think it's Gemma. Gemma22. Thank you for the comment. I love it. I love the support of the JLR Army. Again, I'm wearing this shirt for Ted. It's a Cubs reference. Ted lives in Chicago, and he is definitely on all of our minds right now as he is going through some rough times and some serious cyberbullying that's taking place. And so we're here to support you, Ted. The whole JLR Army is here, and it's strong, man. It is strong. Let me take a look. Let me go to let's see, how many subscribers do I have now? I think I still need 68. I think we're close, though. YouTube Studio. Let's pull them up right there. YouTube Studio, baby. Nope, I need 70. How did I lose a couple? What's going on? People, where are you going? Don't leave. Stay. It's free. It doesn't cost nothing. We are so close. Let me go ahead and remove this one off the panel, and then we will add. I need a different. It's over here. I just keep picking the wrong button. Here we go. We are going to share ourselves a screen. YouTube Studio, baby. Share it. And then put it on the screen. Add to the stage. Here we go. So 930. We are so close, man. We are so close. When I get to that 1,000, giving away one of those Raiders packages. So let's get there. We got to get there. Tell your friends. Tell your mom. Tell your dad. Tell everybody. Uh, tell the photo lenses. I don't know. Tell somebody. We have got to get that up to 1,000. And when I get to 1,000, I'm sending uh, one of the earlier editions of the Raider season packages out to a lucky subscriber. I'll do a live shot on here. Maybe put it in put the names in a randomizer, and we'll get them out there. So let's go. Let's pump this number up. We got to get that one right there. 930. That's weird. I'm circling it. There we go. Circle. Let's get it. Because it is close. It is close. Man, there was one day I added like 400 people in one day because of the JLR Army, and it was pretty damn impressive. I was really happy with everything. JLR wanted to get there, wanted to help out, and boy did he ever. So this is amazing. At some point I'm gonna, I'll start inviting guests. I got to get another email set up so I can send out the link to the backstage, and then we can talk back and forth. It'll be cool. I love when JLR comes on. He is a frequent guest of the live stream. He's been a little bit busy today because we are, like I said, we are worried about Ted. Ted's not telling him where he is, and to me it sounds like he's in a very dire place, and so we want to get Ted some help, and so let's go. Let's all pray for Ted. Let's get there, and we're rolling, cooking with gas, so to stay. 930. Let's roll that up. Share the post on Twitter. That seems to help quite a bit with the JLR Army. Tag JLR Army in, hashtag it in there as well, so we can get that up there, and I can, send someone a cool gift. Raiders fans and Seahawks fans, when we get to 10,000, I'm going to give away those tickets to that game in November. So let's get this rolling. I went on a little bit early today. It's a lot earlier than normal. It's about 5:00 on the East Coast. 2:25, 2:30 here on the left coast, which is pretty early. I do have every other Friday off, so I can come on earlier occasionally, which is a lot of fun to do. And Gemma, thank you, Gemma 22, Glama 22. Thank you. I need glasses. Jeez. See what happens when you get old? It's funny. I do have them right here. Duh. There we go. Glama 22. Whew, now I can see. It's amazing what everything looks like when it's not blurry. Makes me look smart. Because Lord knows I'm a dumbass most of the time, but that's okay. If I know it, I know it. And we're there. We're good with it. So thank you again. This was a short stream. I wanted to break down Carson Beck's first game as an NFL quarterback. He has the history. He's won 2 national championships with Georgia and almost a third with Miami last year. That game against Indiana was just fantastic. And so he was going against Mendoza, who ended up being the number 1 pick overall in the NFL draft to the Las Vegas Raiders. And so we're going to see a lot of Mendoza as well. He was very impressive in that game. One of the touchdowns he scored reminded me of when John Elway was determined to get a touchdown in the Super Bowl and got helicoptered. It was the Super Bowl down in San Diego. And so that was his first Super Bowl victory over the Green Bay Packers back then. Yes, I have a lot of useless information in my head. My mom used to get so mad at me. She'd be like, you get D's and F's in history, but if I needed a useless John Elway stat, it's right there in the back of your head, just ready to come out. Boom. And she used to get so mad at me. Now I love it. I love learning about history. I love traveling the world too. Um, I have to do a couple do overs on Europe because uh, the Europe trip was right after my first surgery. It was about what 3 months, 2 months after we left on Christmas Day, and my surgery um, was on Halloween in 2023. And our first stop was in Poland. World War II history is kind of my jam, and so uh, we wanted to go see the Auschwitz concentration camp and tour it. Now, um, one of the reasons why my knee is so bad is because I've run 12 marathons, and so uh, qualify and trying to qualify and qualifying for Boston was my jam back in the day. It is not my jam now. I can barely walk, which is sad, but it's not painful, at least right now. And so that was when my knee started giving me some troubles. And it was like my old running group. Everybody in my running group was much faster than I was, and so but I got faster because of it because I didn't want to keep losing pace. But we would all start together, and that group would just kind of get further. I'd get further and further back. Well, that's what happened when we were at the Auschwitz. The whole group, and I had my they got some headphones in, and the guide is talking, and, giving us all the history as we're walking, and the group just starts getting farther and farther away, and then I lost contact on my headphones with the guide, and I texted my wife and my daughter, and I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna hang out here at at the entrance at the gift shop because Lord knows I am not walking everything that they got to walk. So I was a little disappointed in that, but overall the trip was good, was great. Other than that, cobblestones did not help the knee, and that's when we got back and surgeon saw something that he didn't like in one of the X-rays, got an MRI, confirmed it, and then he went in to convert it to a full knee replacement because the part was physically moving. This one it moved, but it hasn't actually. It's stayed put where it is. The other one was actually moving and like scraping away the inside of my bone, and it was very, very painful. This is different than that one, so I don't think it's an infection. So we're gonna we'll see on Monday, and then I'll report back to the viewers here of what transpired. So I just like to ramble. I guess that's kind of my jam too. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. We're 23 minutes strong today, but hey, tell your friends, tell everybody, get out there and sub because I don't want to store these. Just kidding. They are a piece of history, and there's not very many of them out there, so they are collector's items. You'll see them on eBay, for sale at some pretty good prices. The ones for the inaugural season are selling for well over $1,200 per. If they are intact and include all the tickets, which for me, I just use my phone as my ticket whenever I go to a game for the Cardinals. Well, Cardinals don't give out tickets; everything's electronic. And they also have an electronic method with Ticketmaster, so you don't have to use the tickets. They can stay nicely, packed away in their little slot and the inaugural season was a replica of the stadium, which is super cool. I'll have to pull that out this weekend, and so I can show that off because it is really, really cool, and it plays autumn wind, and it's just very, very, very special, and it looks just like Allegiant Stadium. So thank you again for tuning in. We'll keep this about 25 minutes and for today, and let's go. Football season is upon us, and man, I'm excited. This is the best time of the year for me. So, and if I don't have to have surgeries, I'll be doing lives when I'm at the tailgates. So, you guys will be able to see the tailgates in their full glorious fashion. I'll get the QR codes and so we can get some donations to some local charities here in Phoenix and Tucson. Uh, our tailgate's totally free. KMP tailgate, totally free. The Cardinals ownership usually stops by. Big Red, the mascot, always stops by almost every single tailgate. We've got multiple fans of the years that are there. Myself, Jay, and Susan comes by. We get a lot of people that come to the tailgate and are just fantastic fans. It's a big family. So as we like to call it. So thanks again for subscribing, and thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go. Peace.